What's up, guys? This is Johan Besser from Charisma Performing Arts. Welcome to the channel and welcome to an analysis of Colin Stough. Now, I realized that he is now in the top 5, final 5 left in American Idol current season, and I've never spoken on him. And I think the main reason is I personally don't connect as much to country, to the country music genre and to country singers. But for some reason, I just have never felt a connection with him enough to spend the time to do an analysis on his performances. I feel a little bit bad about that. But anyway, here we are. And I also just realized that he's 18. Very young. Look, I liked what I've seen about him, especially like behind the scenes and backstage and whatever, and the way he interacts with people. He seems like a really nice guy. That's a very broad description, I know, but I think you know what I mean. Seems like just a nice dude, down to earth. What you see is what you get, you know, and I like that about people. Very unassuming, not trying to put on something. So that I've always liked about him. But I haven't seemed to connect to him as an artist. So let's see if this can change my mind. I haven't heard him sing the song. Of course, they all sang an Alanis Morrissette song for their solo performances, and he sang Hand in My Pocket. Now, I'm a fan of Alanis Morissette's music. You know, I've been listening to it since I was way younger. So it's interesting to see how each one of these singers turn it into something that suits them, their style. So let's see how he did.
It's weird. It's like I'm walking through a wedding ceremony.
Yes, I do. Okay.
You know, making it this far in a competition, you know, it's still really hard to believe. There's nowhere else I'd really want to be in life than, you know, top 8 of American Idol. I picked Hand in My Pocket.
Wow.
Really kind of was nervous singing her song in front of her. I was like, she's either going to fail or fly, you know. I didn't know how it was going to go. I'm broke, but I'm happy.
To hear it from his sort of soulful Southern tone put a whole new life into that song for me.
That's all.
Beautiful, beautiful. Chills, McGee over here.
So recently in my past performances, the judges kind of give me the feedback. I need to make stuff, you know, a little bit more nasty.
Nasty.
You gotta get nasty. You see, and that's just the way it is.
One way to get there could be through just standing up and make it imperfect.
And what it all comes down to. Going into this round and this performance, I really want to keep my dream alive and keep showing America what I got, I reckon. I'm broke, but I'm happy. I'm poor, but I'm kind. I'm short, but I'm healthy. Yeah. I'm high, but I'm grounded. I'm sane, but I'm overwhelmed. I'm lost, but I'm hopeful, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket, another one's giving a high five. I care, but I'm restless. I'm here, but I'm really gone. I'm wrong and I'm sorry, baby. And what it all comes down to is that everything's gonna be quite alright. 'Cause I've got one hand in my pocket, another one's giving it peace. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I think what Colin managed to do is turn the song into his own version of it, which is the goal always when you cover another artist's music. Sort of a don 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 don, sort of a rock riff in the background, and yeah. So I think he succeeded in doing that. He was a little bit too placid for me for the biggest part of that performance, and then towards the end when he went, yeah, when he went to the high G sharp, this is in C sharp, then I heard something that I felt. Remember, we can connect to the lyric of a song no matter how well or how poorly somebody sings it. But good quality sound will always communicate the emotional connection, the content, the story of the words better. So this was too low for me for him. Na, 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 na. I thought it was too low. He can sing it, but it's too low for his voice to shine. There was only one small moment in this whole performance where his voice got to shine for me, and that was at the end when it was higher. So if he sang it in E, like 3 semitones higher, then maybe he wouldn't have been able to do the high B, but then he could have changed the way he did the end. So I don't think it was the right key. He handled it well, but it wasn't the right key for him to shine. That's my point. And then there's one thing that I didn't like as much, and that was he did a lot of drop-offs at the ends of phrases. Sin, like drop-offs, that's what I call it. What are the words? I'm cold, but I'm cold, but I'm wow, I just sang and played in 3 different keys at the same time. Can't you... Let's try that again. So yeah, that kind of a drop-off thing is a stylistic choice. It's a creative expression that I think suits him, suits his style. But I think it happened too many times in the song. I always say to my singers, don't do that special thing. That's that thing that's not the norm. Don't do it too often in a song, because then it loses some of its effects. If you hear it a lot, it becomes like, yeah, he's going to do it all the time. It wasn't too bad, but I would have advised him do that twice, maybe 3 times, but he did it quite a lot. So anyway, all in all, I think he did well in this challenge, because it really was a challenge for him, being who and what he is. And I must just say, when he speaks, for the life of me, I cannot hear what he says. So suddenly back, I mean, even if you're a southerner like he is, even when Luke Bryan speaks, sometimes I really have to concentrate, but at least I can hear what he says. So somebody must teach Colin to speak so that everybody can understand what he's saying, even when he wants to be an authentic southern boy. Yeah. But anyway, I wish him well. I have nothing against him. I've never really much connected with him and still feel the same. I'm sorry. But thank you for sharing the moment with me. If you love Colin, you should vote for him. Get behind him. If he's your American Idol, then you vote for him. And that's all good. Thank you for spending the time with me. I don't know. It's because my head is moving too fast for my mouth, and then I can't catch up. Thank you for spending the time and sharing the moment. I really appreciate it. Bye. Before you go, let me just take an opportunity to remind you of my Patreon page, Charisma Performing Arts Patreon page. That's for people like you who are really serious about developing your voice, enhancing your ability to communicate more effectively using your voice, whether it's for speaking or singing. Patreon, check it out. The link is in the description.